Hi Crafty friend, today I'm finally going to put together some of the cards that I've planned out with the Pink and Main card kit. This one is called Bookworm. It came with a whole bunch of goodies, a stamp set, a coordinating die, a stencil, paper pack, what else, embellishments, and I think that was it. Oh, cardstock paper, whole bunch of goodies. So I did an unboxing with this, so if you're interested to see what's in the card kit, go ahead and check that out. And then I also worked with some of the toner foils. These are so fun and so easy to use. I made a whole bunch of these sentiments that I now have ready to go. Look at that shine. It's so fun to use. This one I did like a rectangle. So cool. So let's just jump right into it and I will chat as I go. So the first one I used the stencil for because I thought, why not try out the stencil? I really liked the geometric shapes that it had going on it, and I thought it would be fun to leave it kind of, I don't know, letting the stencil do all the work for me. So I'm just going to add a simple sentiment in the middle here, and when I was ink blending on this card, I used two different distress oxides. I used carved pumpkin on the bottom and faded jeans on the top. And then I just use my ink blenders and let the stencil make this beautiful pattern for me. And I really enjoy it. And I like the kind of look that it gives. And green kind of is coming through the center here, but blue and orange are complementary colors. So I thought that it would look good together. And I think it does. Speaking of ink blenders, I just bought this on Etsy a few weeks ago and I've been loving it. I don't know why I have been putting it off, but it holds all of my ink brushes so well. It's 3D printed. This was from an Etsy shop. I think it's called Whimsical Wishes US. Fabulous, fabulous. I recommend it to anybody who has ink blenders, and they were sweet enough to send me this as a complimentary gift, which how stinking cute is that? A little cactus. And it is a tool holder, and even though the base is not big, it definitely holds my tool. This is the Trinity Stamps Picker. Look how tall it is compared to this. And it doesn't, it doesn't knock over easily. I mean, if you pushed it hard, it would. But if you're just popping your tool in there quickly, it's not going to fall over. So that's cool. I was kind of thinking about using it for my glue bottle, but I haven't tried it yet. Yeah, see, that's a little too heavy, but maybe my reverse tweezers could go in there as well, or my tool. I'm seeming to losing this on my desk often just because it is white, but if I have it in this tool, I'm not going to lose it. So there we go. I'm not going to add embellishments to this one because I kind of want it to be a little bit neutral and not too girly. So let's go to the second one. I had a ton of fun with the card kit stamp set. I kind of went nuts. I put on a show that I have been wanting to watch for a while, and I made it like 7 episodes in after doing all of this coloring and stuff, and I thought, whoa, girl, you gotta get it together and film a video because I just kept putting things together. But I took the stamp set and stamped out a whole bunch of images and used the coordinating dies and just had so much fun coloring these. I think that these images are so just sweet, and I wanted to put as many as I could onto one card. I kind of do that sometimes. I know when I worked with Nancy's Essential Tool Collection, Nancy Stamps, I put all of her tools on one card because I just had to do that. I did that with my collection, Game Day. I like putting it all on one card and just really giving that wow factor. So that's what I was going for on this one. And of course I made the little chickie poo on this stamp blonde. I just couldn't resist because I'm blonde and I think that it's really fun to kind of customize cards. If you're giving it away to someone, you could make it look like them. You can change the hair color, change the skin tone. It could be whomever you wish, which is always kind of fun. Same with the cat. If you want to make it look like somebody's cat, you can change the fur color and you'll have a custom cat card, which who doesn't love? Dog lovers, that's who. I'm a cat and a dog lover, so there's that. Okay, and then this one, I just cut off some of the stamps just to give the look like they were in these little circles floating around, like the arms of this lady, the tops of the book, and then this plant was on the shelf that has books on it, so I just thought, let's get creative, customize the stamps even more than they already are. And I did like that when I was working with the Pink and Main card kit, it was high quality. I was a little nervous because I'm so used to Spellbinders card kits. I've done a couple card kits from Pink and Main, and they've all been great, but I've gotten some card kits from other companies, and they just kind of have left me a little disappointed. So I didn't know, because I hadn't had a Pink and Main card kit in a couple months, but I am not disappointed because I'm using this one, making a whole bunch of cards. So this is only the beginning. And I absolutely love Pink and Main's foils, so I don't know. I just probably was overthinking it, but, you know, as I do. And then the sentiment I layered up with a few different papers there. I used the blue cardstock from the kit and some orange pattern paper, also from the paper pad. And I'm going to put the sentiment kind of off to the side. And I am going to add some bling to this one. I'm going to use these, and they are already self-adhesive, so I don't need to put, oh no, where did that go? Okay, well that's in the abyss of my craft room, per the usual. Anyway, I don't need to put any glue behind these because they are already sticky. Oh, that looks really good with the girl's hair color. This was a smart choice, okay, if I do say so myself. Sometimes inside thoughts come out. Okay, should we do 3 or 5? Let's do 5. Too much brain again, you know? Okay. Speaking of the abyss of the craft room, I'm going to have to completely move my craft room again quite soon. My husband has been diligently working on our house a little bit more here, and I'm going to move back into my craft room hopefully before the end of this year. I am not going to hold my breath, but it's definitely closer than it was a month ago. The ceiling has now been sprayed. He sprayed that with his brother, and now I just picked up some more subfloor this morning, drove in the snow, loving that for Minnesota. And once he gets the subfloor down, he's going to put the new flooring over it. We ripped out the old carpet that was just simply crusty dusty and needed to go, and putting down some new floor, and then we'll put in some new windows pretty quick. And then let's see, what else do we have to do? Well, move all the furniture back. That should be easy enough, I guess. At least I can help with that. And then picking a paint color, I still have not decided. My husband is pretty particular about trim color, so we'll see what he picks for the wood trim for the windows and floor and all of that. And then whatever he picks, I'm going to go off of a paint color that matches the trim well, so it doesn't clash. But I still have not picked a color for my craft room. I really want to stay away from white, but I don't know. Everyone says white, or at least not a warm color, because of how it will affect video colors and picture colors. So I'm definitely knowing it's not going to be a warm tone, but maybe a lavender or a blue. It had been blue in the past and I liked that, but I think I was kind of hoping for a change. So I don't know, maybe not blue, maybe teal. I don't know. In there, my husband said that we should do white trim, and I think I agree. So we'll do white trim and maybe teal. But you might have checked out one of my shorts recently about my messy craft room. I mean, the current craft room I'm in is a very, very tiny bedroom. It's basically a nursery, and yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with all that space. I think I need to purge a little bit before I move back in there. just because I don't want it to become a messy area. And because of even more remodeling and construction projects that my sweet husband has in his mind, we are going to be down a different room for a while after this project is complete. So I feel like I don't want to just shove it full of stuff and hope for the best like we have done now with our craft room and living room being unoccupied since February 14th. Yes, this all started on Valentine's Day. So, a day that will live in infamy. Just kidding. No. Anyway, I am going to stop chatting about that and we will get back onto the cards here. This one, I use the embossing folder that came in the card kit. It's a 3D embossing folder. Again, it has a really cool shape and texture to it. It isn't another flower embossing folder. I can't tell you how many of those I have. I love flower embossing folders, don't get me wrong, especially the one that just came out this month for the Spellbinders 3D because I colored it and wow, that was so fun. Beautiful result. But you know, I do like having things that are a little different in my craft room, because I do get asked to make custom cards for people and I like to have variety. So it's great to get something that's a little different, which is kind of why I liked the Better Press Club for this month. It's a little odd with the moon and the sun, but it's fun having different things. So, you know, I'm embracing the difference and just going from there. And this is a really cool one. I think this embossing folder could stand alone almost on a card and just have the embossing folder with maybe a simple sentiment, and that would be a really nice handmade card. So I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not going to stack this on top of this one just because I don't want to mess up my embellishments, but I'll just keep trucking along to the next one. So with this one, I just took my scissors and I wanted to make this little oval shape, and I thought to myself afterwards, why did you not use a die? I have oval dies. If you've watched my channel, you know I have oval dies. But I don't know, I just picked up my shears and just started cutting, and this is what I ended up with. So I am gonna go with it. I really, really liked the pattern paper in this card kit. I thought it was so fun, very different than other things that I have recently picked up in the past. So I thought this was so cool. I love the plaids. I think the plaids, especially this one with the orange and blue, could be used for so many different occasions. It could be Father's Day, Christmas, even springtime, Easter, fall. I mean, the colors kind of are neutral enough where it can work with different things. So this little lady is going to have her little daydream going above her head, and we're going to use the flowers. With the stamp set, you can make her have like hot air balloons, butterflies, there's like a whimsical one, and then the flowers. And I think the flowers are just kind of my vision for this one. And now the sentiment I could not decide when I was planning, so I need to just kind of get my hand out of the way, use my tweezers, and just give it a think. You know, I think I need to mount this on black cardstock just to help it stick out a little bit. So I'm going to do that really quickly with just a little bit of some scrap black paper here. Wow, this is matted 4 times, so you know that it is this very special sentiment. And then anytime I'm doing small matting like this, I pull out my Tim Holtz mini trimmer. I do kind of prefer the guillotine trimmers like this over the rotary ones or the slider trimmers for small things like this, because I don't know, I move them. So if I'm sliding it, I will slide and then all of a sudden, it's crooked, and then I wreck it. So the guillotine one, at least it is a little more certain that it's not going to be flying around. Okay, I think I'm going to put that right here. This is really reminding me of one of my past students who's now in high school. Bless her. Always had her cute head in a book. But the sentiments in this stamp set are really fun, and I think that it is kind of fun to make cards like this that are not just the typical sentiments like thinking of you, happy birthday, hello. It's just kind of fun to make different ones, and I think that some of these, especially like Ours is My Favorite Story, this one I think could be a fun Valentine's Day card. This one, Helping Your Next Chapter is the best one yet. You could use that as like a graduation card, or I don't even know, an encouragement card. There's kind of some options there, so I definitely appreciate having options personally. Okay, I'm gonna let these little sequins and such dry, and I'll show you the other cards I made with this card kit, and then I'll show you all of them at the end, and I hope you can help me pick a favorite. We'll see. This one I used the toner foil, and look at how sparkly and pretty that is. It really shows a rainbow effect. You can even see, it's kind of like a mirror. You can kind of see my iPad up here in the sequins, but I did add little sequins to it from this kit and just added a very bold stamp that I had already die cut and stamped from the Stamp of the Month from Spellbinders, and I thought that this was a really fun little pairing, and I love the rainbows that are sparkling through, and that is so pretty. So that's number one that I made with the foil. And then here's another one. This is so sparkly, so get ready. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I used Crafty Critta toner foil on this one. I used the Tree Frog green, and then the purple is the amethyst, and look at how shiny that is. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I really like the toner foils. They make foiling so simple. You just put it on to the paper and the toner foil does all the work for you. Run it through my pink mink, also from Pink and Main, and bada bing bada boom, I have a background and a sentiment. So these are great. I haven't put them on card bases yet, but I will soon. And then I did one more that I'm showing you here on camera with the blue polka dots. Look at how pretty that is. Ooh la la. This blue foil came from Nancy as a little gift for me. I think the foil itself is from Blue Bonnet. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what she said in her message. And then I did one more as a simple sympathy with this fabulous paper. I just really like the plaid. So that's there. And then the sentiment is from Simon Says Stamp. It was an old card kit that I got probably 2 years ago at this point, but it's a sympathy such that I go back to way too much, but I really do like it. If this is still sold, I will try to link that. I don't even know. Anyway, let's just take a look at all of the cards that I made here today. And like I said, please pick a favorite and let me know in the comments what is your favorite card that I've made here today. I'm just going to kind of clean up these little sequins and get things out of the way so we can look at these pretty cards. And let's see, my favorite, ooh, it might be a toss-up here. I really love the stencil. I love this one, but I don't know. This one is a contender. I don't know. You tell me what your favorite is. I can't even decide, so maybe it's not fair for me to ask you to pick a favorite, but if you can, let me know. And I guess we'll see you next time. I'm hoping to do more from Pink and Main, so if you're a Pink and Main person, go ahead and subscribe and stick around for more videos from me in the future. We'll see you next time, crafty friend. Bye-bye.